Many of God's great creatures don't.
Chose to represent this very colorful dragon here. It's very colorful. As you can see, there's a lot of different tones and shit in my face. Very colorful. I'm watching the buzzards have found the attacker dog because I threw his lifeless body over the fence like an asshole because he destroyed. What? Are you serious? Did he say he was going to get you some food? He did, in fact. He's like, hello, hello. He's very talkative. This is one of my favorite cats. This guy here, he's fucking an intellectual, and he's fucking so well mannered. Except when he bites at you. Except when he bites at you. It's got to be my fault though. I triggered some area. I touched some area I shouldn't of his person. I don't look. I don't know all of his special area, his special boundary plans. So okay, I'm a lizard. All right, I'm like a feathered serpent. I look at the world slightly different. I see things when I look at the world and I see the people of the world. I see a area of heat and I see the heartbeat because usually most of the time I eat people. I do it. My father was a carnivore. He had many men come at him looking for his treasure of gold. And my dad wasn't a leprechaun. He was a very humble dragon. He didn't have much treasure, but what he did have, he left it to me. It's not, they'd come and they'd try to wrestle him for his treasure. But what they did not know is that he was an intrepid dragon, and he would cut them down. One day in battle, a man's spear got him right here in the heart. It was very sad. That man did not get away with any treasure, though. My mother found him and squashed him with her right dragon. Blah, just smashed him against the wall. And his stain remains there unto this day. So I'm watching the vultures form around because, there's fresh Fido down there. I mean, it's relatively fresh for them. And, they're picking off the little pieces of him and stuff like that. He was a very heavy guy. I went to throw him, and he just rolled through the fence and into the wild side yard. It's very sad. I debated burying him, but I wasn't going to do that. My chickens didn't get the honor of that. My chickens didn't get the honor of that. So fuck him. And I was going to call the animal control. I couldn't find a number on their page. I found a blog or some fucking bullshit. The dog continued to yell at me. When I shot through the cage, what I noticed was that you don't see the bullet hole in the cage. Very funny, very strange to me. The bullet is actually larger than any of those sections. It probably just, I would think it would tear one at least or something, not just go straight through like it did. But it did. It brought me very much sadness today. I didn't do anything. I need to mow this area and then I could begin my tilling process or attempting to do it. I'll manually do it. It needs to be tilled. You've been a lazy bitch this week, haven't you? I have, in fact, been a lazy bitch. I spent all my time with my chickens. God, this is Christmas cactus in my foot. My lord. What the fuck, over? This is the last thing you want to get stuck in your foot. I don't even know what it's doing right here. You don't want these guys ever in your feet. You don't. I don't know what happened here. This is a mistake. Oh, don't get that in your foot ever. Look, it caused my toe to bleed. You can see there's a big drop of blood. Now the birds over there, they're investigating because I think they have found him. They have found notice of, hey, there's something here for us. Somebody's left us something. That something was left by me. I left it. I left there because of the animosity that I felt towards this creature that just murdered all my little birds. I was so happy with them. Yesterday they were alive. Today they are not. Very sad. I loved my little friends. Each one of them had such little character, and I cared for them. They had such character, and they will be sorely missed. And I don't like anything about it. I don't like anything about that. I'm very saddened. I don't know why that occurred. It breaks my heart. I'm trying to defend them, just not. It upsets me that I couldn't be here in their last moments. Just a small time shorter of arrival, and I think that they would be saved. These fucking dogs coming into my yard like that, I don't like it. I don't know what it is people doing with their dogs, just letting their dogs run wild. You just let your dog run wild through the neighborhood and come home in the evening? You think that's fine? That is not fine. You caused a very serious loss. And you broke my heart. Here's another one. They've definitely located the treasure. I can see them looking down at it. They're going to be swooping it up and taking care of it pretty soon. I want its ghost lurking around in my area. One time I was out, it was a dog. Bubba was a pit bull dog, and he was a very well mannered dog. He was a very good sport. He went to a party on his own. He came back the next day. He was a fine creature. Yes, he went to a party with Batman. Batman is a friend of mine. He went with him, and he brought him back the next day. Me and Bubba Dog, Bubba would go with you, like we would be on the road. I would be over here. He would always watch me. And we would move around like this and go. Now we went into the woods. We found ourselves in the woods doing some hunting. We approached a tree where we were hearing some sounds. And then out of nowhere, all of the sudden, there was a spray of skunk. We were hit. We ran back to the house. It was horrible. The stink got upon us. It was so. And then here another time. This is another time about monsters. A little more on monsters. We went outside. We had got a little frog, one of those little toads that has the suction cups, a little tree frog. It was caught by the vent. It liked the steam coming out of the vent, and it was over there on the outside of the trailer when I was doing the dryer. Now we had I caught it and I brought it inside. Now at the time it felt like we were being beamed with some sort of weapon because the little creature was on the wall, but he was sliding down the wall. They don't have suction cups. They have little microfilaments that they use. So it wasn't like he shouldn't have been sliding down the wall unless there was a vibration which we felt was beaming us that was vibrating everything and he was sliding down the wall. So I went to take him outside, and when I went outside, Bubba Dog was with me. We went around from the front door, we went around the side, put the frog back in his habitat because I asked my friend, I was like, she's like, we should keep him. I was like, okay, grab the frog. And she said, ew, gross. And I'm like, okay, see, that's why we can't keep him. And we let him go, let him do his thing. And then he came around, we went inside, and Bubba Dog had holes all in his face. He had a hole by his eye. The whole top of his head was filled because he had like a little bowl in his little head. That's the way his skull was, and it was all saturated with blood. And he was attacked. We don't know what attacked him. Was it a snake? Was it a raccoon? Was it something? He never made a sound. Made it back inside, and he was all injured. He was all fucked up. Likely never saw his assailant. How did that make me feel? I was very upset for him. We took him to the vet. There was nothing that they could do. And then for like the next week, he acted like he had been hit with some Morgul blade like the Hobbit did. Like they hit him with that fucking evil knife, and he was in and out for a couple days. But he survived because he's a survivor. He's a contender. Not that dog. No. He got 3 9s to the fucking face, son of a bitch. Don't ever touch my fucking chickens again. You stay the fuck away from my chickens, you bastard.